Well, it was a challenge today, obviously. This is the first zone we've seen all year, and we saw 40 minutes of it. So we wanted to see a little zone. I don't know if I wanted to see 40 minutes. We did some good things against it. You know, they made some choices. They weren't going to guard the high post at any cost. So they were loaded along the baseline. They stayed extended on the shooters. So we found it hard to get comfortable with that at first. I went small because of it. I put Matt in there. I put a Gwook in there because I felt they were more experienced than what Yanni was right now at playing that high post position. And Matt made him pay. I mean, he made a lot of foul line jump shots. He operated in the paint and did a real nice job in the middle of the zone. We set a lot of ball screens to try to attack the middle too, to try to get into the middle of the zone. And when we moved the ball freely, we got a lot of shots, and our assists were ridiculous. I mean, you would say it was a beautiful offensive performance when you get 26 assists on 32 baskets. That's amazing. So we did move the ball, but we missed a lot of shots too. You know, our shooters, I'm not worried that that's going to be a season-long thing. We got guys that can shoot the ball, but they missed a lot of open looks. And obviously, when you miss them, that seems like it compounds on one another. And we made enough to come away with the victory. Defensively, we got out-rebounded for the first time this year, which is a bit of a concern. Although their one player, names are escaped, Flowers, I think, leads the country in rebounding at 14.5 a game, number 24. And so he was a very good rebounder. We changed our defensive scheme at halftime. We were sending all ball screens down the baseline in the first half. We got in foul trouble. We couldn't stop the ball. And then the second half, we just decided we're not sending anything baseline. We're sending everything middle where we can get some more help. And I think it threw them off rhythm a little bit. Our defense was better in the second half because of the adjustment we made, and the kids did a good job playing through that adjustment, and our defense got better in the second half, I thought.
One of the hallmarks of this program in the last 5-10 years is your ability to ice ball screens down the baseline. How concerning is it that you weren't able to do that tonight?
Yeah, it was.
I don't see that from Aztec.
Yeah, well, we watched tape all the last 2 days and have not been doing it that much, and so it's something that's on the list that we have to get better at. So I'm not concerned that we won't get better at it. We just have to work at it. So it's something that's on the to-do list, which in coaching has always got something on there. And so pushing ball screens down the baseline, icing them, is something we have to get better at. We will, because we have the personnel that can do it.
How do you think Matt's kind of adjusted to being in the bench role, after 2 years of being a full start this whole time?
Well, I'm sure he's not happy coming off the bench, and I don't want him to be. I want him to feel like he should be starting. And if he keeps playing like that, he'll have a chance to play himself back into the starting lineup. But at the end of the day, I just want him to play the right way, which he did. He moved the ball, he shot the ball. 8 for 12 is the kind of shooting percentage I'd love to see from him every game. And so he did a real nice job of taking the shots they gave him without forcing a lot of the action.
Sounds like you made a tactical change at halftime, and listening to the players, it sounds like you might have got into it a little bit. I think that's the words Matt used.
I don't think I got at him too hard. Maybe an assistant coach or two had a word to say to him, but I told him we have to play better. They know that. So if I got to get on him, it's usually for a lack of effort, or concentration, So I thought we played hard. We just didn't have the game plan the right way to be successful. They weren't ready to execute what we had in on a one-day prep. And so we had to flip it and play things the way we had earlier in the year. So that's just it was an adjustment we made, and thank goodness we made it. I think it made their offense a lot more stagnant in the second half.
You mentioned the zone. It looked like you got pretty much any look you wanted. Are you pretty pleased with the execution against the zone and just missed shots, or were there things that you weren't executing well?
I thought sometimes we held the ball too long instead of just getting it moving really fast, And there's nothing wrong with holding the ball, but you have to have a plan, catch it and go into a gap right away or move it, get off it. Don't sit there and hold it because the zone's already shifted at that point. We have to keep the zone moving. So that's just something we can watch on film and something we can teach to, and I know we'll be better at that. I don't think teams are going to have a lot of success zoning us this year, just personally, because we're so good against it in practice. So it was the first time in a game situation, and so we just have to watch tape and figure out when they play us like that, what's other ways we can attack it.
They shot 26 free throws, 17 in the first half, and 17 to 4 free throws. Do you think just maybe a little bit heavy legs, having that quick turnaround, not having to do that yet this season? Or was there something else?
Yeah, they just attacked downhill. I mean, they were driving us. We'd switched the four-man ball screens So then we had Yanni or a Gwook or someone like that on a speedy guard, and they just put their head down and went by us, and we weren't in a position to help enough. Obviously, because we told them this team shoots a lot of threes. So we helped late at times, and with the fact that we didn't want them kicking out and shooting threes. So we gave them some layups, and we fouled them too much. We have to keep a body in front of a body when we do switch some of those screens.
What do you think of Malachi getting double 13 points, or 13 points, 10 goals, or 10 assists?
It was good to see him make a couple shots late because I think he was frustrated at one point. You know, he couldn't get anything to go in, even his free throws. So he just has to hang in there and stay with it. I'm not going to second guess any shot he takes. He's got to play with confidence and a swagger about him. And as the ball goes in, I think he'll continue to get that. And the good news is when he's not shooting it well, again, 10 assists. I mean, 9 assists a game, 10 assists a game. He's been a tremendous playmaker for us when the shot's not going in.
Well, we just came down, came out in the first half with low energy, and that's just what it was. And we weren't fully bought into the game. And coach came in at halftime, and he got into us, and he told us we got to pick up our energy. You got to rebound better, got to play better on the defensive end. And he told us that offense can't dictate our defense. So I think we did a better job going out in the second half and playing hard on both sides of the floor.
But you guys won by 17 points. Did it feel way closer than the lines were indicated?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, in the first half, we didn't make shots, and that was the main thing. And like at halftime, Coach Dutch said, it's okay. We're going to make shots eventually. He was more frustrated about the defensive end. So we came out and started focusing more on the defensive end, and we knew shots were going to fall, and that's what happened, and that's why it was such a big deficit in the end.
Matt, how do you feel like you've adjusted so far in the season, just being a starter for the first 2 years? So how do you think you've adjusted to a six-man bench role?
I just try and come in and play basketball and do my best. That's just what I come out and try and do every night. Whether I'm coming off the bench or starting, this is a game of basketball, and I just got to go play.
Is it a little harder to, I guess, get acclimated right in the game? You're a little bit colder than some of the other guys that are in the starting five. Is it feeling different?
I would say so. Sometimes it feels a little bit different, but you always got to be ready. You got to be as ready as possible. That's just what Coach preaches: be ready, stay ready. You never know, from the first guy off the bench to the last guy off the bench. So I just try to be ready.
Are you okay either way, starting or coming off the bench, or are you one of those guys who really wants to start and be out there for the game?
I mean, I feel like everybody would like to start, but at the end of the day, it's coach's choice, coach's decision on who he wants to put out there, what five he wants to put out there. And so if I'm not in that five, then I'm not in that five, and I got to come off the bench hard and play my best game.
Do you feel like with your case, it's less a case of who's playing better or not, that you just being hurt and Georgia started playing well?
I just feel like it's flow of the team, just flow of the team and the program, just how things are going. I went down with a knee injury, and that's just the way it happened. And Jordan stepped in. He's assumed that role, and he's done a great job.
Yanni, you guys, first time this season, really struggled with not fouling players. I think you had 21 fouls. They shot 26 free throws, I think. Halftime was 17-4. Was they just tired legs from having that quick turnaround, or was there something else going on there?
They had some really quick guards, so I think that caught us off guard a couple times. Just a matter of sliding our feet. We were caught behind a few times, which caused the fouls. But we knew they were going to get out, and all five just ran to the three-point line, so it was a very quick game. And it was kind of a matter of just being in position, and I think we were a bit slow at times for that.
Matt, you shot 8 for 12, a couple threes in there. What do you think went well for you offensively?
I think that my teammates did a great job in finding me in open spots, moving the ball as a team, and I just happened to be the guy in the right spot tonight. So credit to my teammates, and I say the same thing in my locker room to the point guards, the bigs, 1 through 15. It was a team effort.
You guys feel, as a team, you're going to have, as you go through a season, you're going to have ups and downs. In a way, is this a positive? You guys obviously weren't at your sharpest tonight, yet you still win really convincing.
Yeah, it's a long season. It's going to be a roller coaster. There's always, ups and downs. There's always runs in games. We've never faced a zone, so that was the biggest change up of today. And it was a great experience for us because, I mean, we hadn't faced it yet, and we know we're going to face it further down the track when it matters in conference and that. So it was obviously a new thing for us today, and we just kind of had to adapt to it.
Do you feel like it looked like you guys got a lot of good shots? You think it was more of a case of just missing open shots?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yanni, for you, coming off the game against USD, you had a career high 20 points. Did you feel like a little bit more inclined to shoot the ball, a little bit more aggressive offensively?
Yeah. Obviously, when you come off a career night, you feel a bit confident, So you're taking those shots, you're just feeling yourself a little, and you're shooting with a lot more confidence. So it tends to go in when you're doing that.